welcome to my channel, Oracle Intuitions. My name is Catherine, and this is your weekly energy reading for October 9th to the 16th. We're going to be taking a look into the energy for the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships with a closing message from the universe. All of the timestamps for each sign are going to be below in the description box if you don't want to watch the whole video and if you just want to skip straight to your sign, as well as links for my Instagram, my Facebook, and my website for those of you seeking a personal reading. By all means, please message me and we can set up a time for that, okay? And I'll give you all the information in the email, but you can also check my Facebook page or my website, as they both have information in regards to my personal readings. I also wanted to thank those of you that have joined or that joined on Saturday for the live. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to answer some questions for people. We're going to be doing this every Saturday. It's going to be at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. For those of you that are unable to join, you can still send in messages to me, again, through any of the links down below, and I will try to answer your question to the best of my ability during the live. Please remember, they're not going to be full readings. They're going to be just a brief outlook, and for those of you that are seeking a full reading, again, by all means, please message me. Thanks to those that have watched the replay also. I truly appreciate it. So let's get into it, and let's go into our weekly readings, all right? Also, too, please remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone, and that is why I do suggest that people take a look into their sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. Have an amazing week, everyone. Many blessings. Capricorn, welcome to your weekly reading for October 9th to the 16th. We're taking a look into the energies of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone. But also check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. All right? And let's get into this. Let's see what's coming through for Capricorn at this time. All right. Capricorns, Kingfisher, be patient and focus. This is for the mind. For the body, we have the Tiger, accept your magnificence. What beautiful energy. For the spirit, we have the Monkey, experience all that life has to offer. So what I'm getting here is that some of you are just a little frustrated, perhaps with the way things are going. Perhaps, again, there may be I always talk about goals. So, when I say again, I mean there might be a particular goal that you're trying to aim towards. It might be a little bit of a frustrating time. There could be an energy in regards to however it relates to your life, whether this is relationships, careers, or just another matter altogether. But what I am feeling is that this is about the journey. This is what I'm getting. I feel like this impatience is to teach you a lesson in some way. Or even if it's not that you're impatient, it might be the fact that things might be taking their time or maybe not appearing as quick as you would particularly like them to. But in the meantime, I feel like this is a journey in towards showing you something that I feel like for some of you, there might be a settling of some sort, okay? So it might be the fact that you might be settling for something that is truly like you deserve more, or you deserve better, or perhaps, there is a level that you're supposed to rise to, all right? And that's why I feel that there's a little bit of a frustration. You might not be accepting that level that you're supposed to be rising to, or maybe, again, you're just settling for something that you could do better at. And that might be where that impatience is coming as well. It's kind of like, if you were aiming for a particular career, or a particular position, but you're kind of you're accepting the one that's below that. I do feel that there is some patience that needs to be needed in this. It might be the fact that you're settling into that without expanding your goals. Okay, it doesn't mean that you can't take a lower position for the moment, but don't settle into it. Accept that magnificence and keep going. I feel like experience all that life has to offer. Like there's supposed to be more for you, but for some of you, it might be that you're at a place of not quite reaching your top goal because there might still be things that you need to learn along the way. all right? But that doesn't mean to settle into what it is unless you're truly enjoying it. If you have a goal, keep going for it. But this might be just a pit in the road in order to help you learn some experience or some knowledge or whatever it is in order to rise you above, okay? So let's take a look and see what's coming through. So we've got the Lovers. So it talks about, I'm just going to move some of these over here so that we can spread these cards out. So we have, with the Kingfisher, it talks about be patient and focused. When we have the Lovers coming in, this could be in regards to a decision. It actually could be in regards to a relationship. For some of you, it doesn't need to be a relationship, but with that Lovers coming in, usually it does. It relates to something that you love, or perhaps something that has a significant meaning to you, and it could be within relationships. It may not be a decision between two people, although that could, you know, possibly relate to some of you, but it can talk about having that, do I stay or do I go? I'm not quite happy. Maybe I need to move forward. Maybe I am happy, but I could expand this. Maybe, you know, things aren't always the way that they, you know, seem, is what I'm also getting for some of you. I do feel that for some of you, you might have an impatience in regards to possibly a partner. Maybe you want that partner to do a little bit better. Or maybe perhaps you want that partner to expand themselves towards perhaps another goal, or perhaps in some way that is going to help the relationship, okay? And this doesn't need to be, you know, for everybody, but again, take it as it resonates with you. But what it is saying here is true and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. So again, what I'm getting here is you need to follow your heart, okay? It does talk about that, especially with being patient and focused. It feels like for some of you, if you're looking for love, or if you're looking for that particular relationship, I feel like this is the time to really focus in on what it is that you're seeking and desiring, rather than, again, just settling. And don't allow your impatience to help you to settle, okay? A lot of times we accept things, especially when it comes to relationships. And again, this could relate to careers, you know, take it as it resonates with you. But sometimes when we get into that place of impatience, like we think, you know, things aren't going to happen, or maybe perhaps, again, you're getting frustrated. Is there a settling that is coming through here? Okay. Do you need to make a decision in regards to a particular relationship? And again, it doesn't need to be romantic. It could be friends, family, co-workers. But what I'm getting here is this even could be within yourself. Are you getting frustrated with yourself because things aren't advancing like you would like them to? Okay, so that's something to take a look at. And what I'm getting here is to stay patient, to stay focused on your goal. Remain patient. This is not the time to settle, is what I'm receiving. Accept your magnificence. And we have that Ace of Spring. So this is the Ace of Wands in traditional tarot, and it does talk about a wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may have come as a surprise, but you'll still want to leap into action and passionately pursue every possibility. So again, I feel like you need to put passion towards what it is that you desire. Okay, don't settle. If you have a particular goal, or if you have something in mind of what it is that you're trying to reach, start putting that passion towards it. Because what I'm getting here is like there's that sense of frustration towards something, and you might be just kind of going, okay, well, maybe this is as good as it gets, or maybe I can't achieve that higher level. But what I'm receiving here, again, it's like this is just a step. It's just a step towards what it is that you're trying to create or trying to manifest. It's like, don't give up now. Keep going is what I'm receiving. We also have the Wheel. Yeah, things are going to turn around. It says, expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. So again, I feel like things are about to turn around. This is just a stepping stone, okay? Or this might be just a little glitch in the road, or maybe things are being lined up for you and they're not quite ready yet. And a lot of times we don't recognize that. You know, if we've asked the universe for something in particular, and we're really trying to manifest it. We're really trying to gain that momentum. We're really trying to achieve it. There might be other players around. Okay, and I don't mean players as in people, but there might be objects in that way that need to be moved out, and the universe is trying to do so, but they're also not going to leave anybody in a lurch just for you. Do you see what I'm saying? So let's say you want to achieve a particular position in the company, but that's already filled. That person might have another position coming to them. All right. It's going to be their goal as well. So we all work together within this universe. So try not to be impatient, because I do feel with that wheel coming through that things are about to take a turn, and they're going to start heading your way in a positive perspective. This is what you're wanting to achieve is going to come through. So now it says, accept your magnificence. So this is external circumstances. And what, it's interesting because you have that tiger, and this is external. And what I'm getting here is like to walk proud like that tiger, to have that strength and that confidence. You don't see a tiger sitting there saying, woe is me, or I can't do this, or this is as good as it gets. The tiger doesn't think like that. He just keeps walking forward in that magnificence. So this is what I feel that you may need to portray outwardly. Okay, what it is you're feeling on the inside doesn't need to be portrayed with your outer look. What your outer look should be portraying is that confidence, that strength, that magnificence of that tiger. And we have the Chariot coming through. So it does say you can successfully balance various or opposing energies all through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition you're receiving. Walk like that tiger. Walk like as though you've already received what it is that you're asking for. Okay? If you want to be successful, walk and talk like you're successful already. And that's what I feel needs to be portrayed. But it also, when the Chariot comes through, now this is for me, it may not relate to all readers, but when I see that Chariot, there's always one horse. It might be lagging a little bit behind. You've got the one that's wanting to charge ahead, and you've got the other one that might not be going at that speed. And that's what the Chariot sometimes talks about. And it feels like you need to take those reins. Okay. You need to get that horse back in line in order for the Chariot to flow smoothly, in order to go straight and forward. And that's what I'm getting with this. It's time for you to take the reins, okay? No matter what the outside or external circumstances are, show your strength, show your power at this time. All right. We've also got the Seven of Spring. This is talks about be assertive, believe in yourself, don't let anyone. I love the way the cards come through, right? Don't take away your personal power, right? We just talked about that. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. Absolutely. Power. Okay, this talks about power. Don't let anyone take away your power. Especially, again, this could be possibly external circumstances. This could be coming, from someone, or this could be possibly just coming from what it is that you're observing, in that external world. Maybe you're not feeling that strength. Maybe you're not feeling that power at this time. And it's saying, you know what? Put your defenses up. Not your defenses as in you have to defend yourself, but you've worked hard to get where you are. All right. Don't let anyone take that away. Don't let yourself take it away. Don't let the external circumstances take it away. Stay within that strength. Stay within that power. King of Spring. What a beautiful card. So it says, now's your moment to step up to the leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful so long as you stay focused upon the big picture. It's like that Chariot, right? You have to stay focused on that big picture. Stay focused, keep moving forward. Take those reins. Stand against anything that is putting you into a place where you're not feeling that confidence or that power. Stand against it. Move it aside. Maintain that power of that tiger. And we have the monkey. With experience, all that life has to offer. And look at that. We have life experience coming through, right? So this is the Tower card. This would be like the Tower card in traditional tarot. And it talks about important changes are coming into your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in new directions you know that are right for you. So what I'm getting here is with this Tower card, some people look at the Tower as a negative card, which it can be at times. Basically what it talks about is a shock, or it can be a sudden change within something. What I'm getting here is be prepared. Sometimes when that Tower comes through, it moves away things that we are, that we no longer need, or maybe things that we were attached to, or maybe things that but that aren't necessary for us. But it can also bring that unexpected change of all of a sudden maybe that position opens up, maybe all of a sudden that person comes forward and says, hey, I really care about you, let's do this. Maybe all of a sudden that person that you've been wanting to, or that person that you've been dating for a while, says, hey, let's get married. It's that change. And what that monkey is saying, again, with that following of that heart, that monkey is saying, look, go with that change, whatever that change is, whether it's portraying itself in a negative or positive light, it is necessary for you. It's coming through to you for a reason. Maybe this was your desire. Maybe this was your dream, and all of a sudden it just appears. That means don't hesitate. You act on it. Move forward. Don't sit there and get into your head space. Don't get into your mind space and the do I, don't I, the indecision, right? Because we've got that Lover's card, talks about decisions. Move forward. This is what you've been dreaming of. Or again, if it's coming through in what appears to be a negative form, okay? And that doesn't mean that it is a negative form. It may appear momentarily as a negative form. Remember that it may be moving things out of the way in order to help you achieve what it is that you desire. Let's just say you're in a relationship and you're casually dating somebody, but you're really looking for that long-term commitment. They could possibly move that person that you're dating if they're not into that long-term relationship, if you're not seeing that end result with that person. The universe might move them out in order to make way for something better. Now, at the time, you might look at that and go, oh my God, I just had this breakup. I can't believe this is happening. And there's that opportunity to lose our magnificence, right? It's that time that we could possibly lose our power because we're giving it to somebody else, or we're giving it to that particular situation, looking at the negative instead of looking at the positive and going, hey, maybe what that universe is doing is moving this person out of the way in order to receive what it is that I've been truly asking for, what it is I truly desire. All right. So kind of just go with the flow is what I'm receiving. Go with the flow, but again, step into your power, step into that magnificence, step up. All right. We also have the Seven of Winter. So it does talk about caution will help you avoid the loss of valuables, including non-material resources such as time or peace of mind. Be aware of the results of your actions as well as what others might be doing behind your back. So I do feel that, again, it's exactly kind of like what I just said. The universe might move people or places out of your way in order to achieve that true dream. Okay, I know it's a hard thing to go through, but the bottom line is, there's that expression that says, it's like it goes, the universe sees what it is that we're not willing to open our eyes to, or it might hear conversations behind our back that we didn't hear. Okay, so if something is being moved out of your way, have faith in that. Have faith that this is for a particular reason. If they're supposed to be back, they'll be back, right? But they're going to be back in a stronger sense. If they're not supposed to be there, allow the universe to move it out in order for something better to come through. And again, stay in that power, stay in the magnificence. And we have the Eight of Summer. Yeah, this is the Eight of Cups. So this is about letting go of things that no longer serve us, all right? And it says you feel that there's more to life than what you're living. So it's time to move on. You may be moving away from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're being drawn to what would make you happy. Either way, you're in control, all right? So that's basically what it's saying. And when they talk about control, sometimes there's circumstances that we truly can't control. But what I'm getting here is you are in control of your emotions. You're in control of how you act toward the situation. You're in control of the next steps. that come within this situation as well. You're in control of how you perceive what has just happened. Now, I do feel that for some of you, with that Seven of Winter come through, it may not be that particularly that somebody is behind your back or doing something, or, you know, whatever it is, because that's kind of what that Seven of Swords represents. It's representing, it's like, it can come off as thievery. It can come off as somebody being deceptive. Now, this also could have to do with your inner self. This could be talking about your own deception to yourself. Are you fooling yourself thinking that something is going to manifest? Okay. And what I mean by that is, again, it could be a particular relationship with somebody who just, they're not there. They're not willing to move forward within that relationship. They are what they are. Right? Are you fooling yourself in that way? Are you fooling yourself into thinking that, you know, a particular job is going to gain you the status or that promotion? So basically, again, it might be something that you need to take a look at, and you might need to take action towards. It's like being real with yourself is what I'm also receiving. I'm also getting here that your actions during maybe perhaps a Tower moment, especially if it's coming through in a more negative way, perhaps, and I'm not saying that it is, again, that Tower could be just a shock. What are your actions towards it? Okay. Are you going to act in a magnificent way throughout something that could be challenging, or a shock, or a different life experience? Or are you going to go into this energy of that Seven of Winter, and are you going to put negative energy towards something or someone? Right? Because sometimes when things don't work out, and again, this isn't going to relate to everybody, but hey, we've all been there where we think negative thoughts, and we think negative thoughts towards perhaps a particular person, or maybe perhaps our actions are going to be negative. So that's something else that we need to think about. And again, it's not going to relate to everybody, but I do feel that it is a warning to come through. All right. But it is time for us to take control now. It's time for us to take a look at what it is the universe is trying to bring to us. And I feel like handling it with grace, handling whatever this is with magnificence. Again, don't give up. Keep moving forward. Be patient. Be focused. I feel like whatever it is that you're desiring is about to come through. But there may, again, be some steps. There may be some obstacles. And I just feel like right now, for some of you, that you might be at a level where not everything is working, but it's for a particular reason, because there is going to be that turn of the wheel that is going to allow your dreams and desires to come through. So let's take a look at relationships and see what's coming through with relationships this week. Okay. Clear these out of the way. I almost dropped my cards. Sorry about that. Okay. Relationships for Capricorn. So we're going to pull some of the romance angels, and then I'm going to be pulling some clarification cards as well. So this is for Capricorn, October 9th to the 16th. We're taking a look into relationships for Capricorn. All right. Let go of the control issues. All right. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. That could be portraying, again, with that patience, that focus, even to some degree, that Seven of Swords. Okay. If we're not being honest with other people, or perhaps even ourselves, maybe we're, again, pushing or, you know, not pushing maybe a particular person, although that could resonate for some of you. But if we're not letting this situation unfold in some manner that is going to be a natural unfolding, really what we're doing is we are putting a sense of control around it. We also have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Again, you know, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're seeking a relationship, maybe there's a particular person, take all of this as it resonates with you. It doesn't have to do with romance. Okay, this could be a significant relationship in other areas. And we also have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So let's get some clarifying cards and see what is coming through. It's interesting because I very much feel like this does have to relate with what we were just looking at within the mind, body, and spirit. Simply because it feels like there is that sense of impatience, okay? I'm also getting here that for some of you, you may be, and again, take it, take it as it resonates with you. I'm just moving this over a little tiny bit. I feel that for some of you, you may be expecting something from somebody or something, but you may be lacking on putting that work into it yourself. And that's why I feel this express your love. Go ahead and make that romantic gesture. So if somebody's, like, especially for those that may be seeking a relationship or in a relationship, again, however it is, sometimes we expect people to be doing stuff for us. It's like, can you do this? How come you're not doing this? How come they're not expressing this? Or how come they're not telling me that they love me all the time? Or how come they're not, portraying that love? Well, are you? Okay, are you doing that? Are you kind of sitting back and waiting for just them? Because, taking a look, you may want to even look at their sign for this week, right? But that's something that you need to also take a look at. But again, let's get some clarifying cards and see what is coming through. This even could be to yourself, right? Expressing your love, expressing your self-confidence. Again, that magnificence. Accept your magnificence is what I'm also receiving here. All right. So let go of control issues. It says, ask for help from others. Sometimes we think that we have to do things all on our own, right? Sometimes we think that, we're the only ones within a relationship. It feels like, you're not doing it the right way, so I'm just going to take control and I'm going to do it my way. And again, just wherever this lands within your life, it might be something to take a look at, okay? I do feel that ask for help for others. You know what I'm also getting here is I do feel that for some of you, you may have prayed or you may have asked the universe or you may be wishing for some sort of relationship to come through. But again, there might be a sense of control over it. Instead of allowing things to happen naturally, you might be pushing it. All right. It's kind of like in your mind, that maybe somebody just needs to have some time. Maybe they're just not going as fast as you. Maybe you're moving a little bit quicker than they are. And what I'm getting here is like when you've already asked for help, or you may have already asked the universe, you may have asked for that wish. But if you have those control issues in some manner, if you're not putting that faith behind it, then you're still really taking control and you're not really having that faith. Okay? Again, take that as it resonates. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking will bring you romance. Communicate clearly. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, again, going back to this, if you've asked either for help from a particular person, and this even could have to do, for those of you that are in a relationship with a partner. Let's say you've asked somebody, I'm just going to go really mundane here. Let's say you've asked somebody to help you with the dishes and they're like, yeah, okay, I will. So there's that ask for help from others. So you've asked them for help, but they're not doing it as quickly as you would, or maybe not as fast, or maybe not the right way, or whatever it is. It's kind of like you're still taking control, and maybe you have to step back and let them be them. Okay. If you don't like the way they do something, not everybody's going to do something the same way as you do it. So it kind of puts that faith. It's like you have that faith in that person. It might not be the exact way that you would do them, but you know what? They're doing it. All right. So again, take that as it resonates. what I'm getting here is with this, communicate clearly. So we have this, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you that romance. But here's the thing, and I feel like this is more for those of you that are seeking maybe possibly relationships, although it can relate this with this as well, right? Again, let's go back to the dishes. I can't speak. If you've told somebody how to do the dishes, right? Did you just say go do the dishes and then you're not happy with how they did them? Think about that, all right? Or are you saying, run the hot water for 30 seconds and you scrub them, in a clockwise manner or whatever it is. Maybe you need to communicate your wishes clearly, all right? So that might be something to think about. Maybe this is, not your way, but it's the way that they know. And unless you actually speak clearly and say exactly what it is that you want, they're not going to be able to know. All right, they can't read your mind. The other thing that I'm getting here, though, is for those of you that are seeking that relationship, what I'm getting here is actually really maybe put into words what it is that you're wishing. Communicate clearly. Clearly communicate to the universe of what it is that you want and what it is that you desire within the personality or within the behavior of a person. If you want somebody that's kind, well, they could be kind to everybody, but are they giving you attention? Okay, well, maybe I want to seek somebody who's going to be kind to me, but kind to others as well. I want somebody who, doesn't drink. I want somebody who doesn't smoke. I want somebody, whatever it is. But put those out there clearly is what it's saying. Okay, clearly communicate and then let go of the control and have the faith that it is coming towards you. And we also have listen to your intuition. So I do feel that for some of you, you may need to listen to that intuition. You may need to, again, allow universe to show you what it is. Really, when you're making a list, let's say you're making a list of what it is that you desire or what it is that you wish that you think it is. Maybe don't listen. It's kind of like what it is that you truly want, and sometimes we just throw silly things out there as a whim, but where it's not really what we want. Okay, so again, take that as it resonates. I do feel that for some of you, again, that Tower moment coming in, the universe might be removing somebody that you have that intuition about already. You've already had that intuition, and they might be moving them out in order for something better to come through. I'm also getting here that for some of you, you already know who it is or what it is that you're seeking and desiring within that relationship. And it's time to really listen to that intuition and take the steps that are coming through from the universe. It says, express your love. Go ahead and make that romantic gesture. And it talks about yes. So for some of you, this could be wondering if somebody's coming to you or expressing their love or expressing the desire to maybe get to know you better or go on a date, or maybe there's somebody that you had a particular interest in, or maybe there's, you're wishing or desiring that relationship. I do feel that this is a possibility, that this possibly coming through with that yes. It's kind of like that clarification card. And again, we have ask your angels. So I do feel, that for those of you that are seeking that relationship, ask and really state clearly what it is that you want. For some of you that are in relationships, you could still ask your angels to help. If there is a disagreement within the relationship, ask your angels to help you fix that relationship. And again, have that faith and listen to your intuition as the steps that they're going to guide you toward. But I do feel speaking clearly is going to make that dramatic difference within that situation. So let's get a couple of closing cards from the universe and see what is coming through. So these are closing messages from the universe. Let's see what the universe wants you to know at this particular time. Closing messages from the universe for Capricorn. Yeah. All right. How teachable are you? And then we have rejection. So I do feel that for some of you, I don't feel that you're going through a rejection, okay, or that you're going to be rejected. What I'm actually getting is that it's time to take possible disappointments from the past and learn from them. Or if you're in a place of feeling, again, maybe possibly rejected, or that things aren't going as fast, or that patience is necessary with that focus, I feel like, remember how I talked about like a teachable moment? Like I feel like there might be some lesson that needs to be learned. This could be just a moment where there's things that need to come through at this time in order to move you up to that higher level. Some of you might be focused on the rejection of the past instead of looking at these things as going, these things are teachable. These are things that I can learn from. Right now I need to be patient. I need to have focus, and I need to have faith that that wheel is turning towards what it is that I desire. Instead of focusing on the rejection, look at the lesson that's behind here and allow that lesson to move you forward into what, you know, that realm of happiness, that realm where that lovers is, okay? Doing something that you truly love, or being with somebody that you truly love. Again, take it as it resonates with you. So I truly hope that this has helped, Capricorn. If this reading has resonated, please click like, please share, please subscribe to my channel. I really hope I get to see you on Saturday, 1 o'clock Mountain Time. Have an amazing week and many blessings. Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading for October 9th to the 16th. We're taking a look into the energies of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with the closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone, but also check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. All right, so let's take a look and see what's coming through for Virgo at this time. I love these cards. They're absolutely beautiful, but my hands are small and it's really hard for me to shuffle them. So please have patience with me as you see me struggling. All right. Okay. All right, Virgo, for the mind, we have the 10 of Summer. So it does say it's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or a chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy, balanced children. This is a beautiful mindset to be in, okay? So this is external. So this might be where your energy is. You're feeling in a good place. I do feel like for some of you, I mean, it doesn't mean that everything, you know, is completely balanced, but you're heading towards that mindset. This is your goal. This is, you know, your possible, if it's not your reality at this point, this is at least your goal. And when your mind is there, this is where you're heading externally as well, okay? So externally, what's coming through is that 4 of Autumn. So it does talk about be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you are spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building walls that keep people out. So when that 4 of Pentacles comes through, especially externally, are you giving as much as you possibly could, or are you giving too much? Okay. It does feel like for some of you, you may be hanging on to things. This also could have to do with past events. It could have to do with past circumstances. What is it that, you know, are you wanting to head to this 10 of Summer mindset? Okay. Are you wanting to be here in, you know, externally, but because you have things that you might be possibly hanging on to, maybe you're not quite seeing that reality of that 10 of Summer first, or at this moment, okay? That might be just something to take a look at. And we've also got the 8 of Spring. So this is about 8 of Wands, and I love this card. It says, you've been presented with many wonderful opportunities all at once. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sends you. So when that 8 of Wands comes through, this can talk about this can be about some people call it the arrows of love. This could be about communication. Like they said, it could be about just opportunities that are coming through to you. But what I'm getting here is that these opportunities might be coming through because this is coming through spirit. And what I'm getting from spirit at the moment is it's time to let go of some things. Now, this again could be a particular mindset. Maybe you're stuck in a place of, it can only be this way, or these are past disappointments that you're hanging on to, or expectations, or perhaps just a perception of how things that you think are. But truly what you're aiming for is the sense of completion. Now, again, this doesn't need to be a relationship. It could be within your career. It could be just a general balance within your life, wanting to be in that happy, satisfied place. But again, this is coming through. Okay, so what Spirit is telling me is that they want to bring you all sorts of new opportunities that is going to bring you toward this 10 of summer. But there's this obstacle. Okay, there's this little bit of obstacle that is coming through here that you're sort of hanging on to. And so it's really not being allowed to show you all of these opportunities. For some of you, it might be that you're really, truly busy as well. These opportunities might be coming through, but they might not look at like opportunities. They might look to some degree, some sense of responsibilities, okay? And it might be time for you to let go of some in order to seek that balance, or in order to seek that completion, that happiness that you've been desiring. Okay, just because opportunities come through doesn't mean that we need to take every one, all right? Even if it's in the sense of a responsibility. Some responsibilities we can let go of, okay? It's kind of like, I'm going to put this into a harder situation, but even though I know it's not going to resonate with everyone, but I'm going to give you this idea because this was the first thing that popped into my head. So it may resonate with someone, but it doesn't mean that it needs to be the exact example here. Let's say you're a single mom and really all you want is to have this sense of completion. You want to know that your kids are happy and balanced and, healthy, and that you're going to be happy and, successful in some way, or, having that sense of completion. Now, this 8 of spring could be coming through. This is opportunities, whether it's in possible dating, relationships, money, however it is. But what you're hanging on to is maybe past disappointments from something else. It also could be something as simple as putting too much responsibility on yourself. So it doesn't mean that we are not supposed to be responsible, especially when it comes to our kids or our money. But what it is saying is, does every sock need to be off the floor? Okay, it could be something as simple as that. Are you a clean freak and everything has to be, in perfect order? And is that putting a lot of responsibility on you and weighing you down, not bringing you to that happy place? So again, that's just a very simple example, but it's an example that I wanted to share with you, okay? Because I've been there. I'm not a Virgo, but I've been there where, you're trying to complete something, but, and you do have these opportunities, but it's almost like you talk yourself out of them to some degree because of you're hanging on to, again, whether it's a responsibility, it could be a mindset, it could be something from the past, whatever it is, but it's just this one little tweak. And once you let go of that one little thing, or you allow that one little thing some release, those opportunities start coming through and we start to see them. So I feel like within your mind, you're in a great place. Spirit is telling you great things are about to happen, or we want to present you with these really great things, but there's this sense of heaviness here. Okay, so let's take a look and see what clarification cards are coming through in regards to that. So let's take a look at that 10 of summer first, and it's coming through with the panda, and it says stay balanced in your essence, right? Like, how appropriate is that? It's just perfect. Yeah, stay balanced. It's not all about being perfect, right? It's about that sense of completion that is going to make you happy. And it's funny because you see her, how she has that little one, right? And then we've got these two. So I feel like for some of you, this could have to do with family. It could be wanting, that desire of a family, or, it doesn't need to be with children. It can be just you and someone else. Take all of this as it resonates with you. This even could be within yourself. This could possibly be representing your higher self as well, and being balanced within your own essence. And then we have the dolphin. Live joyfully in the present. Yeah, because I do feel that for some of you, you might be, again, going back to that Four of Pentacles. There might be something that is just sort of holding you back a bit. And it feels like instead of worrying about the future, instead of worrying about the past or hanging on to things that you no longer need, let them go. Enjoy and be grateful for what it is that you have currently and at this moment. And then we have the parrot coming through. Listen intently to understand. And this could be, again, within your higher self. This could have to do with others. It could have to do, with our own, like I said, our own minds. All right. Sometimes we tend to have misunderstandings, or we tend to not listen to our own intuition in regards to something, especially if we have a lot of burns. We know what it is that we need to release, but we can be stubborn in regards to releasing them when we don't listen to ourselves, or we don't listen to our higher self. And I feel that for some of you, what the parrot does is he talks, right? Talk, 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 talk. He makes noise, but sometimes he's not always listening. Sometimes you need to listen intently to those around you to really be clearly heard, or in order to clearly hear and understand what it is possibly that somebody is saying to you. Again, whether this is within yourself or with the others around you. All right. Sometimes we hang on to what it is that we think we're hearing, instead of allowing ourselves to truly listen intently and really understand. Okay, so we have that Four of Autumn. We have the shark. Lead as a powerful and peaceful warrior. So again, I feel like for some of you, you may have gone through some sort of sense of a struggle in regards to a certain situation, or possibly within yourself. Again, take it as it resonates. But it feels like here, now is the time to lead yourself, possibly lead others, but to do it in a peaceful way. With power, but peaceful. So if you're trying to direct something, for instance, let's say you're a manager or supervisor, maybe you're having trouble with a manager or supervisor, maybe somebody of a higher status in a particular job. Maybe it's time to just kind of step forward and not worry about what it is that they think, or what, all of that stuff. As long as you're doing your job and you're leading yourself in a way that is going to be the most positive for you and for your place of employment, or perhaps people around you, again, as it relates to within your life. But it feels like for some of you, it's time to just, the shark doesn't make a big drama, right? The shark just comes up and that's it, right? He takes charge. He just takes charge. And, he just does his sharky stuff, right? But he's not big on drama. He's not big on hanging on to stuff. Quite honestly, he just doesn't care. He's powerful. And he is, in general, quite peaceful, right? Until he's really hungry. But I don't like sharks. It's just my personal thing. Sharks are like my major phobia. So I'm just going to, let that one be. But take it as it resonates with you. So we have the rhinoceros coming in, and be strong and courageous. Again, talking about strength, and I feel like for some of you, that Four of Autumn, when I talk about hanging on, okay, and again, this isn't going to relate to everybody, and then don't take it in an insulting way. But sometimes when we're hanging on to stuff, we tend to be a little bit, I guess, dramatic to some degree, whether it's within ourselves or whether it's with other people, right? When we're hanging on to stuff, especially when it, let's say we have an issue with a particular group of people, You know, we might be hanging on to something from that, or maybe a particular person, or, you know, again, going back into relationships. Maybe we had horrible relationships, or maybe one horrible relationship. But if we hang on to that, we do tend to become a little bit dramatic within ourselves. We kind of go into that place of, oh, it's not going to work because this and that, and, you know, woe is me, and I'm not sure if this is going to happen. And it can be a little bit dramatic, right? And I feel like these two cards, I mean, both of them, this is powerful on Earth. This is one of the most powerful creatures on Earth. This is the most powerful creature for the ocean. Maybe it's time to start adapting their personalities. It doesn't mean, you know, charge ahead and eat everything, but what it's saying here, you know, is like the rhinoceros isn't going to charge unless he's actually threatened. There's no need to. He understands that he's powerful, he's strong within himself. Maybe it's time to let go of things that are no longer necessary and stand in your power. Okay, not instead of looking at things in a negative manner. Take hold of them and look at them as lessons. Look at them as things that I have gained in order to move me forward. Yes, I experienced that. Maybe I needed to experience that, but now I'm letting it go and I'm moving into the next phase of whatever it is. And that lesson is going to guide me that step forward. And we also have the donkey. Keep your heart open no matter what. Yeah, I just keep feeling that for some of you, there's a closing off in regards to something, because of some sort of past thing. And remember, whatever it is that we tend to put on to others, we're going to start seeing more of that. All right. I'm going to give you another example here really quick. I know people that can be, what's the word? Man haters, right? They want that relationship, but they always look at men negatively, right? So they might be looking at them and going, yeah, but all men are like this. All men are like that. Or all women are like this. Or all women are like that, right? Whatever, whether you're male or female. And, you know, it's because of one bad thing, or maybe a couple of bad relationships, or maybe things that they're seeing in their perception. I feel like for some of you, it's time to remove that. Once you remove that perception, you're not going to no longer see it. It's not going to keep coming up in your reality, because what it is that we focus on within our reality, or within our mind, we start receiving in our reality. So if we think that all men are this, or all women are that, or all people that are rich are like this, or all people that are poor are like this, however it relates to you, that's what we're really going to start experiencing within our reality. We're going to see more of that. Okay? If you're looking for a way to feel that there's an injustice, you're going to start finding those ways that are like in an injustice. It's kind of like with people that say, you know, that they'll scour, you know, their boyfriends or girlfriends' Facebook pages or phone, you know, like wondering if somebody's cheating on them. But of course, they're going to find a phrase, or maybe perhaps a text or a picture or whatever it is that is going to some way convince them that they were right all along. But really, it's truly just the perception. Okay, if they had let go of that, they might be looking at the picture and going, oh, hey, that's a pretty cool picture from like 10 years ago, you know, when they were on a beach with somebody, right? And that's what I'm getting here. It's like, it's time to start looking at things from a different perspective, letting go of something in order to start heading towards that 10 of Cups, that completion, that satisfaction, this beautiful energy of whatever it is that you desire. It's like that end result of what it is that you desire. Okay, so now we have this 8 of Springs coming through, and we have the eagle, and it says seize opportunities courageously. Amazing, because this is exactly what that 8 of Spring talks about. Wonderful opportunities. So I feel like, again, these opportunities are trying to come to you, but there might be a mistake within the perception. Okay, maybe you're not seeing the opportunities because you're clouded with some sense of another perception. And it's time to let go. Time to start seizing those opportunities. Don't hang on to whatever it was that hurt you, or whatever is clouding your judgment or clouding your perception at this time. It's time to move forward with that power. okay? That peace, that allowing yourself to head towards these opportunities that are coming towards you. We have the dove. Spread messages of peace and harmony. Again, we talk about peace, okay? Strong and courageous, peaceful warrior. I don't know where that one is, but here. Yeah, peaceful warrior, right? Keep your heart open. No matter what, it's time. It's time. And again, instead of talking about how you may have felt, like that's what I'm feeling here with this dove, instead of talking about how others may have hurt you or how things didn't work out or like focusing on the negative, it's time to also start spreading those messages of peace and love, even if it's just within yourself. Again, take a look at the lessons that may have been learned from all of this and time to move forward, time to let it go, time to just, you know, put them where they belong, which is not within your realm, and start, you know, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll focus, again, when our focus is on something, I'm going to go back to that man or that woman hater. And, you know, again, they're looking for that relationship, but they're like, you know, even saying things like, yeah, but men do this and men do that and women do this and women do that. Again, you're spreading, you know, you're not only focusing on it, which is going to bring it into that reality, but you're also talking about it, which is spreading it. So it's time now to start spreading those messages of peace and love. You know, maybe just instead of, you don't even have to say it out loud, right? But keep into that, like a mantra to yourself. There are really good men. There are really good women. There are really great career opportunities that I'm going to receive. I can do this. I can do that. It's like changing the dialogue in order to let go, in order to receive. Okay? And we have the Badger. Bring your life into balance. Again, it talks about more balance. So now we have two cards that are talking about balance here, right? Stay balanced in your essence and bring your life into balance. So what I'm hearing is that there is something that might be perhaps out of balance. And that might be the focus of, or what it is that you need to focus on throughout this week. How can I bring my life into balance? How can I balance out these energies of things that I need to let go of and things that I want? How do I bring this into a balance? How do I start focusing in on the peace and love that I'm desiring, that harmony that I wish to create within my life at this point? Okay, so let's take a look into relationships and see what's coming through for you, Virgo. Look, I can't get that card. Hang on a second. Okay, hang on 1 second. So we're going to look at the romance angels, and then we'll do some clarifying cards with angel answers. Okay, so this is for Virgo for October 9th to the 16th. For Virgo. Remember that relationships do not need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, and co-workers. Again, take them as they resonate for you. We have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And this could be very relevant for some of you. I do feel that for some of you, maybe that's why, you know, Spirit is asking you to let go. Even if you're not into the reconciliation, you know, for some of you, you know, this person might be appearing, and maybe you do desire that reconciliation. But for some of you, this also could be that opportunity to really look into those lessons and letting go. Okay, just because somebody is coming forward doesn't mean that you need to receive it. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to get into that energy of that reconciliation. They might be just stepping forward, but maybe there's things that you need to release from that in order again to move forward. We did have that 10 of Cups. So for some of you, this could be relevant in the extent of somebody returning to your life that does want to reach that 10 of Cups energy with you. All right, look at this, the soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So again, you know, take it as it resonates. Soulmate, I'm going to be very clear here. Soulmate does not need to mean somebody that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. A soulmate can be just somebody within your life that is there to teach you a lesson. For some, yes, we're talking about a reconciliation here. So if this is what you were hoping, I feel that you're getting that confirmation, okay? It's like yes, okay, you know? So be happy with that. I do, though, feel for some of you, if you're like, oh my God, no, I don't want this person to come back. But they might be, okay? It may not even be that they're actually physically returning, or maybe even, in some way, maybe it's just energetically returning that you need to release. And they were there to teach you a lesson of what it is that you need to release in order to move on. All right? So again, take that as it resonates with you. And then we have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So again, I feel like this is actually energy for you to go into yourself. Now, for some of you, that could be talking about an actual separation. I do feel that for many of you, there was a separation, and now this reconciliation could be possibly happening. This person wanting to come back. Doesn't mean it's going to be this week. That could happen, but remember, though, that this also could be possible future energy, and Spirit is asking you, because we just did have that mind, body, and spirit, maybe take a look into what it is that you need to release first, because this person wants to come back, but maybe that energy is being closed off to them at this moment. Maybe there's things that you need to release, and once you release them, this energy is coming back. For some of you, you could be in that separation, or possibly maybe there's lessons that you're about to learn, so there could be a separation coming up which will bring back, again, going into that reconciliation and that soulmate energy as soon as you release what it is that you need to release, or you learn the lessons of what it is that you need to learn. So let's get some clarification cards and see what's coming through. I feel really positive, though, for some of you. If you're looking at this and you're like, oh, thank God, I hope that this person is coming back. Again, I do feel that maybe you were in some sort of separation, okay? And it feels like that energy of people wanting to return. I do feel that for many of you, this could be in the actual physical realm. Maybe this is somebody that you've always thought of as your soulmate, or some sort of soul connection, or that you could see yourself living your life in the future with. But again, there's things that you need to release, okay? Or perhaps maybe you did release them. And now that separation is going to be over with that reconciliation. So take it as it resonates with you. All right. I'm going to pull 3 cards for clarification. And we've got, look at that, within the next few weeks. So yeah, for some of you, it might not be this week, but I do feel that this is coming up. Again, you have to do the work. And there's that romance coming through. Now, it does talk about a year from now. So I do feel, because I felt like this belongs with this could have been a separation that happened a year ago. This could be a separation that, you know, I mean, it doesn't need to be an exact year, but maybe this is like there's been a long separation between the two of you, even to maybe the place where you felt that things were hopeless. But what I'm getting here is that things are about to take that change. Things are about to take that step forward. I do feel that for many of you, okay, many of you, there is some sort of reconciliation that is going to be happening with who it is that you desire. But again, really take the time right now to release whatever it is that you're hanging on in regards to that relationship. All right? So let's take a look into a closing message from the universe and see what's coming through with that. A closing message from the universe for Virgo, October 9th to the 16th. Closing message. October 9th to the 16th. Self-love. Yeah, see? Again, hanging on to stuff. This could be self-love. When we talk about self-love too, this also, not only, which is the most important, obviously, our self-love, but when we have that soul connection, it also could be talking about putting that energy to some sort of soul connection that it is that you want that reconciliation with, if that is your story, okay? And the Phoenix rising. Yeah, you're rising above whatever it is that you're hanging on to. Now's the time. You know, when we're hanging on to things that are no longer serving us, it's kind of like we are in those ashes, right? We're not feeling our best. We're not feeling our most positive. It's almost like we put on this coat of armor and just keep going forward. But we're really not truly experiencing and living what it is, you know, allowing those opportunities. It's not like we're not living and experiencing all that life has to offer. We're stuck in that place of where we have this armor around us, even if we don't think that we do. But when we're hanging on to those old things, that's exactly what it does, is it just builds up armor. This Phoenix rising is like you're letting go of all of that armor. You're allowing yourself to rise from those ashes, to be that strength. Remember, we had that rhinoceros and the shark, that power, right? That power, that peace, those leaders. It's time to move forward, bring that balance through. So this is something that I feel that needs to be worked on for you at this time, Virgo. I truly hope that that has helped. If this reading has resonated with you, please click like. Please share my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. And I truly hope to see you on Saturday at 1 o'clock Mountain Time for the live show. I'm looking forward to it. Have an amazing week and many blessings. Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading for October 9th to the 16th. We're taking a look into the energies of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone. But I do recommend that you check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. All right. So let's take a look and see what energies are coming in for Taurus at this time. Excuse me. I just have to clear my throat. Sorry about that. Gray squirrel for the mind. So we have find new ways of solving problems. For the body, we have the monkey, experience all that life has to offer. And for spirit, we have the wolf. Be independent, but work together. All right. I feel like for some of you, this could be some sort of situation either with somebody or possibly a group situation, okay? Now, this could be even within yourself, but what I'm getting here is that for some of you, there may be a situation going on that you're having trouble. You know what I keep getting here is that it feels as though possibly within some sort of group situation, and again, you know, take it as it resonates with you, but I do feel that within some sort of group situation, there could be a problem that is becoming, or there is a problem that is in regards to your own independence. It's almost like a fighting of ideas, okay? You might have one idea, maybe possibly someone or a group of people have another idea. It almost feels like a clash. Now, this could be even on social media. This even could be you looking at things from that perspective of you watching, you know, the events of everything going on right now. It could be however you want to take it. I feel like for some reason your energy is being unbalanced in regards to others around you. And again, they don't have to be you know, completely around you. They don't need to be within your essence, but this could be even a social media situation. But what I'm getting here is it feels as though there's a clash of, I want to say, egos. okay? And that's what I'm receiving here. It feels like there could be possibly a clash of egos coming in that is creating some sort of unbalance or mismanagement within a situation, all right? Now, this could be you, it could be them. Maybe you're trying to be reasonable. You know, after all, being a Taurus, you do look at things practically, okay? You do try to look at things from all perspectives. You do have that sense of being able to be grounded. But there are times that we all let our egos overwhelm us, okay? And this might be a time to be looking at situations from a different perspective to see if they can be solved. And again, this even very much could be on social media. If it is on social media, what I'm receiving though here is where it says that experience all that life has to offer. It might be this time to turn off, you know, social media altogether, right? At least for a while, or at least unfollow those who you're just not experiencing the same views with, okay? Maybe you're in a place where you feel or know that things are supposed to be one way, but you know, you're getting frustrated by the things that you are seeing that aren't within your own narrative, right? You might have one idea and somebody else has another idea, and this could be clashing. And again, it could be even that group of people. So what I'm feeling here is it is time to start letting go and really start focusing in on the joys of your own life. And it could be even possibly finding new ways to solve some sort of issue or some sort of problem, whether this is within a household or whether this is within a group or whether, you know, work situation, however it resonates with you. But I am getting a sense of this frustration. Now remember, this could be past energy, it could be current energy, or it could be possibly upcoming future energy. All right, so let's get some clarification and see what's coming through. So we have that Nine of Summer. So this is about wishes coming true, and it does say now's the time when your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen, just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. So what I'm getting here is, like, again, you know, experiencing all that life has to offer. It almost feels as though you need to remove yourself from some sort of situation, or maybe perhaps take a step back, or not allow other people's egos to interfere with your happiness at this point. And again, that could be your ego, it could be somebody else's, but there, you know, it does feel like there's some sort of clash. It's time to start bringing things into balance. It's time to focus on what it is that you desire in order to allow the universe to bring it through to you, okay? Even if this is within a relationship of some sort, it doesn't mean that you guys have to do everything together. It does talk about be independent. That means you can be independent with your own dreams and your own wishes, your own what it is that you're looking forward to in the future. It doesn't always need to be with your particular partner, all right? Because your idea might be different than their idea. And, you know, nobody has the right to stop anybody's dream from coming true in some manner, right? It also talks about the Lovers. So again, you know, going back, like this could have to do with a romantic relationship or maybe a partnership of some sort. It does say, true and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. It does feel like for some of you too, you might be desiring this Lovers, right? This true love, this, you know, for those of you that are seeking that relationship, maybe this is what you're desiring. Unfortunately, what you're also getting here is there could be an element of codependency, okay? Again, this could be within you, this could be within somebody else, but remember that we all have that right to be independent, whether it's you or whether it's somebody else. And if things aren't completely going the way that you want them to go, maybe, again, you know, maybe there's an element of codependency. Are you allowing your partner to experience all that they want to experience, or are they not allowing you to experience all that you want to experience, okay? There might be that clash of ideas coming in here, or clash of agendas. right? And what I'm getting here is that there might need to be some releasing, whether or not it's having a conversation with somebody or allowing somebody to just be released at this time, or maybe perhaps it's time for you to take a step back in some manner. We have the Six of Spring. So this is about victory, right? And it does talk about you may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you're singled out for a special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all of the attention. So what I'm getting here is this feeling of feeling victorious towards something. And again, you know, when that Six of Wands comes through, it can mean that what it is that you're wishing and desiring for is about to come true, where you'll feel that, you know, that victory, right? But in the negative perspective of that, it can also, again, talk about some sort of ego coming through. When we're in this state of knowing, well, I'm right, or my idea is the only idea, or whatever it is, it puts us in this state where our ego is taking over the balance of our life, okay? Our ego is taking over what maybe is perhaps maybe there's another way of solving that problem. Okay, maybe we have to remove our ego in order to feel victorious, okay? To truly feel like victorious. Maybe we need to take a look at something in a more balanced view, okay? We have the Queen of Winter. Yeah, communication is coming through in some way. It says all your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. This is exactly what I felt. It feels like you need to disengage in some way, whether it's you disengaging or whether it's allowing somebody else to disengage. I do feel like there's some sort of clash that's going on, perhaps, you know, that's about to come up or whatever. And this could be, you know, that forewarning, like, look at this is how to handle that situation. It's just disengage. It's time to take that step back from whatever it is. The Queen of Swords also, she's very much in her power, but she can be very harsh with her words. All right. She can be very harsh in what it is that she has to say. And again, I'm feeling like there's another way, right? Find a new way of solving a problem. So that might be something that you need to take a look at. Is there another way of going about this? Is there another way of handling this issue? Do I need to just disengage, or can I approach it in some way that perhaps might be a little bit more diplomatic? Or maybe my response needs to be more diplomatic towards somebody who is coming at me with their ego. All right, that's another thing to think about. If somebody's coming at you with their ego, maybe it's time to take that, you know, that Queen of Swords energy and go into a diplomatic place and come back at them. All right, but again, remove the ego from this situation. We also have the Nine of Spring. So this is the Nine of Wands, and it says you've worked hard and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry, you'll get through them just as you have in the past. So again, you know, the Nine of Wands can talk about protecting things. It can be it's like putting up a barrier, putting up a wall of protection, okay? And are you in that place? Maybe this is a time to really look. Am I coming at this from a place of protection? Am I coming at it from a place of, you know, my ego? Am I coming from it at a place that is not really being beneficial to handling the situation in a better way? Or is somebody else coming at me like that? And that's where I have to go into that Nine of Wands energy. So how do I handle it? I find a different way. I find a better way in order to solve this problem. I allow myself to experience all that life has to offer by not dealing with this energy anymore. I don't need to be in this energy. You know, that's the things that we have to realize. We don't need to be in that energy. It's always our choice to take that, you know, take that step back, or, you know, whether it's a day or two or whether it's on a permanent basis, it's time to get into that Queen of Swords energy and release what we no longer is serving us. we have the Six of Autumn. So Six of Pentacles is coming through. Your success and prosperity have allowed you to pay off debts, acquire wise loans, or receive a grant or a scholarship. I'm not wearing my glasses, so it's hard to see. In return for heaven's blessings, be sure to share the wealth with others through donations of time or money to reputable charities. So here's the other thing. When that Six of Autumn comes through, although the words might resonate with you, the general meaning of that card really does talk about an exchange of energy. What it is that we put out is what we were going to receive. Okay, so if we're putting out, if we're in a place of prosperity and abundance, okay, maybe it's time for us to share that. It doesn't mean to go give your money away. It doesn't mean like that. But maybe we can approach things in a more generous manner, all right? Or maybe perhaps if people's energy has been kind and generous to us, maybe it's time for us to exchange that energy to them. I do feel that if you're in the middle of something that is possibly a disagreement, or again, that clash of egos, how you present it could be how they come back at you. And if they don't, maybe it's time to take that Ten of Wands or Ten of Swords energy and disengage from it completely. Okay, but I do feel what I'm getting in through here is that we're diplomatic, or handling things with a diplomatic sense of energy. All right. So we've got the Wolf coming through, Four of Autumn. Yeah, again, Four of Pentacles. So it talks about hanging on to things. And it says, be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you are spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building walls that keep people out. So again, I feel like for some of you, you know, there might be either you or somebody else, again, take it as it resonates, could have that ego. All right. And what I'm getting here is that for sometimes, sometimes when we're in that place of victory, it's almost like, I'm hanging on to this victory. I'm not letting go of it. I have to win. I have to be in charge. I have to be on top. However it portrays to you. But, you know, it could be you. It could be somebody else. And I do feel there needs to be a letting go. Okay? That letting go, even if it's a matter of staying together, but just understanding that other people have to have their own sense of that independence. You can't change everybody's mind on earth. You can't change the way somebody's thoughts or feelings are coming through. That's not your job to do. That's up to them. All right. People are allowed their dreams. People are allowed, you know, to feel how they feel. You can't take that away from them, and nobody can take that away from you. And that's what I feel could be possibly going on in this current or possibly future or past energy. Then we've got the Eight of Winter. Yeah, it's really coming through like something is happening here. It says it's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that God will lift you to new heights and give you greater self-confidence if you affirm your freedom. Again, somebody, you know, this could be talking about, like, because we have this independence coming through here. We have this bird, you know, that's wanting to come out of that cage, maybe feeling trapped. For some of you, that might be a solution. It also could be talking about, are you just being trapped in your head? Is it just your mind that's holding you back? Or is there that true element of not being able to step forward because somebody else is trying to hold you back? And that might be something that you need to look at. Or are you holding somebody else back? So it's time to really take a look, you know, this week. And especially if there's some sort of, again, issue going on, or perhaps that perception of what it is that you're seeing. I am getting, again, social media to, you know, for some of you, or this could be within a household, it could be a job, however it resonates with you. But take a look around and really take a truthful look into yourself and the people around you, or the elements around you at this moment. And yeah, I was expecting this card to come through. I was really, you know, because it does, when this Five of Winter comes through, this Five of Swords, this is like win or lose, okay? And as I talked about, feeling victorious, but doing so in a sense of ego. okay, and holding yourself back. Now we've got all of this falling through. But when that Five of Winter comes through, that Five of Swords, this is really, I'm going to read the card to you, but it talks about your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. So whether this is your agenda or whether this is somebody else's agenda, I feel like there's a lack of allowing somebody to be free, or allowing somebody their own independence or their own mindset or their own thought pattern, or, you know, possibly that clash because we have our own narrative in mind and we need to release that, okay? It's not about winning. It's about finding a way to have a balance, not only within our own lives, but allowing people their own balance, or possibly it's time to just take that step back or take that step away from whatever it is that is not allowing us our own freedom, okay? Or if somebody's ego is getting in the way, it's time to take a step back from that. Allow it to just disengage, okay? Be diplomatic. Maybe step forward in a way that is going to be beneficial, or step away from the both, you know, from whatever it is that is going to be beneficial for the both of you. So let's take a look into relationships and see what's coming through. So we're going to use the romance angels, and then we're going to be clarifying with the angel answers. And see what's coming through for Taurus in relationships for October 9th to October 16th. Look at that deception. Yeah, I feel like, so it says someone is wearing a mask. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. So again, this doesn't need to be romantic. It can be friends, family, co-workers. Again, it could be within yourself, or it could be social media. But I felt like, you know, like that Five of Winter coming through, you know, it's win or lose. Like it almost feels like somebody's ego is getting in the way. And whether this is you or it's other people, you know, only you can make that decision, right? But it feels as though it's time for truth. It's time to, again, maybe take a step back, maybe just walk away from the situation, or find a way to diplomatically change it. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and a spiritual path. So that might be very, you know, relatable to some of you. But what I'm really getting here, I feel like for some of you, you might be in a place where you feel like you're being guided, possibly by spirit, or you're not listening to spirit. Because, you know, when we have our ego coming through, all right, we're really not listening to spirit. No matter how determined we are or how much we think that we're actually hearing what spirit has to say, if it's leading us into this massive clash where we could be possibly hurting others or others are hurting us, it really has to not do with spirit at all. Maybe it's time to take, again, that step back, okay? I feel like for some of you, spirit is also trying to come through in regards to this deception, whether it's that you're hearing about deception around you, or possibly that you're deceiving yourself in regards to some sort of situation. And then we have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Some of you might be looking for a job. Some of you, again, you know, this could be either you or your partner that is being in a place where you're not quite ready for that relationship, or maybe perhaps they're putting too much work into a relationship. That this could be you. This even could have to do with some sort of sense of that deception, again, coming through. You know, again, take all of this as it resonates. But what I'm really getting here is it feels like right now it's time, maybe it's time for some of you to work on that finances and career. All right. I'm really getting like right now this energy, it just feels like there's unbalanced energy that is going on either within you or around you at this moment. And I feel like this is something to really look at, and I feel like to really look inside for. All right. It does feel like there's things here that it's almost like for some of you, you might be pushing towards something and maybe possibly somebody's not quite ready for it. Or it could also be, are you deceiving yourself in regards to a relationship, right? For some of you, it could be that you truly want this relationship, but you have things that you're hanging on to that you're not allowing a relationship to come through. Maybe you're not seeing things because of some old fears or some old clashes from the past, right? Some sort of deception from the past. Maybe somebody wore a mask in the past and you're scared of this happening now. And so instead, what you're doing is you're possibly throwing yourself into that finances and the career instead of working on your possible relationship. All right. It does talk about improving health. I feel like this is more mental health for some of you. This obviously could have to do with physical, or it could do with any aspect. But it almost feels like for some of you, that deception, seeing it clearly, whether it's within you or somebody else, is going to truly open up towards a better mental energy. Okay, remember how we had that look at a new way of solving problems? I feel like this could be relating to that. It's almost like once we release, or once we allow ourselves to look at the truth of something, that's when we start to feel, it's like our mind clears, and we may not like exactly what it is that we're seeing, but we're seeing the truth behind something. All right? With religion factors, it's don't stop. So I love this actually, because what I'm getting here is spirit. It feels like for some of you, you may be on a road of some sort of ascension, and that actually could be causing some possible issues, maybe within your relationships, maybe people around you. Again, this doesn't need to be romantic. It can be in whatever aspect relationships are. It could even be within yourself. But what I'm getting here from spirit is it feels like spirit has been trying to come through. Remember, we already talked about that. Maybe you're hearing the messages from spirit. What I'm getting here is it says don't stop. So don't allow yourself to block off because of possible negative energies or people around you. You know, if somebody doesn't want to listen, that's their thing. It's not your place to try to convince anyone, because all it's going to do is lead you into this place of some sort of mental upset. Okay, it's time to take that step forward or take that step back, let it go. Just to work on ascending yourself, and don't worry about others around you. That's not your place. Everybody's going to go at their own speed, and they're all going to go at their own rate. Okay? Finances and career, there's something better. So this even could have to do with a possible employment at this time, or maybe perhaps you're in a place of wanting to settle. That even could be where that deception is coming through. Even though this has to do with relationships, this could be that relationship within yourself, or perhaps somebody is pushing you to stay within a career that isn't making you happy. That even could be where, you know, that disagreement is coming through. And remember, we talked about, you know, that card came through in regards to independence, but working together. I feel like for some of you, you might be not seeking your highest path. Okay. It feels like maybe there's another path for you, and this could be unveiled at some point. Maybe you're fooling yourself in regards to that job. Maybe it's time to unveil something and move forward. Don't allow your ego to hold you back. And I do feel like there is some cutting away in some aspect, whether this is a person, place, or thing. What I'm getting here is that, you know, it's time to like ascend. It's time to go towards what it is that you're truly feeling, what you're truly like. Allow yourself to truly listen, enjoy all of those experiences within life. So let's get a closing message from the universe. So I feel like this is going to be a really awakening week for you, Taurus. And again, this could be present, past, or current energy. But present, past, or future energy, I meant to say. But again, take it as it resonates with you. You know, just pay attention this week. I feel like it's going to be an awakening in some manner. But this is going to be an awakening where you could possibly be letting go of things and bringing yourself to that ascension that you may have been desiring. Some sense of ascension at this moment. So let's get a closing message from the universe and see what is coming through. And that one wants to come too. Yeah, procrastination. Self-sabotage. Yeah. And family and tribe. So remember, I did talk about people around you. So this, you know, this could have to do with your family. It could have to do with your tribe, soul tribe, friends, however they relate to your life. But I do feel like there is this sense of, again, some sort of sense of ego. Might be a time to really have some honest communication with people. Self-sabotage coming in through here. So where are you self-sabotaging yourself? What is it? Remember, we had that deception coming through. This could be an energy of fooling yourself about something. And I feel that for many of you, it could be settling for things that are just no longer necessary for you. Maybe it's time to move forward. I feel like, again, you know, we talked about, you know, had that, you know, work independently but together. So maybe this is just a time that even as much as we love our family, as much as we love our tribe, but maybe we have to really think about what it is that we want in the end, rather than worrying about what everybody else wants. Maybe there's another way to solve the problems. Okay, so I hope that's helped, Taurus. If this reading has resonated with you, please click like, please share, and please subscribe to my channel. And I truly hope to see you on Saturday, 1 o'clock Mountain Time, for the live show where I'm going to be doing readings, you know, with you guys. Like, you know, ask me a question. If you can't be there for the live show, just send me in a question, either through my Facebook, my Instagram, or my website, and I will try to answer them as best as I can on the show live. These aren't going to be full readings. These are going to be quick snapshots. So please remember that this is going to be like a card pull or something. Like, it's going to be a quick look into the situation. If you do want a full reading though, please contact me, or you can take a look at my Facebook page. That's probably the best way to get all the information in regards to my readings. And have an amazing week. Take care. Many blessings.